Hello, everyone. Back at it again. Roguish fellow from earlier. Dapper will be rogue archetype character. Having set off on the adventure, a lifetime, surviving the capture of the Imperials and surviving his encounter with the Executioner's axe, the hands of a dragon, he's decided to situate himself to help and to gain. But what is adventure if not profit? I welcome you back to a series I think we're going to do, following the rules of my Skyrim reintroduction. I'm going to set rules, and also, I believe, while we play our various roles with each of these characters, I'm thinking we should give each character a story. Dapper is a roguish fellow, Breton by birth. He's quite the fellow. He knows what trouble looks like a mile away. And he's not at all scared to sing arrows at such long range. Dutch is a man who knows that people can be bad, but he could be worse. Dutch is also a man who's all about getting what he needs, and getting what he wants, when he wants it. If you notice my voice seems a bit different, just know that this is the storytelling voice. I love clueless armored people. Yoink. In all actuality, however... Oh, didn't need that. This story series I'm thinking of doing is going to encompass various characters, of whom I'm going to play out for as long as I have an interest in playing Skyrim. So, to kick it off, after his escape from Helgen, he returned with Rayloth to find new purpose. Is beginning. He does not intend to return to nothingness. Dapper is a man who is conniving, and he's more than happy to do what must be done to make the goal. Judge is also not a friendly person. I'd love to know if that was a headshot, but alas. That's a good chest hit. I'll take it. Pardoned with a tiny fraction of my own personal in-game knowledge, I do know that there's a hidden chest right over here, and we're going to partake of it right quick. Depth lock's my worst nightmare. Seriously, why are these so difficult to have to play with? Like, they're in that awkward position between expert and apprentice, and for some reason, they are worse to contend with. Just saying. Dump that off this. It's a lantern. Oh, and I forget, this place has a weird invisible wall. But we have 98 weight capacity to play around with. We will make use of the most of it. Scratch that. Fix and have a little bit more. You turd. Fine. Well, we'll just have to sort out the weight once we get everything here. So, let's see what we can do here. I mean, frankly, man's not gonna have a good day, but, you know. So I need to lose 17 pounds of weight, or 17 units, however you want to go about it. I thought I was in the chest when I did that. Okay, hold on. Yeah, good enough. So we're gonna, Dutch is gonna return back to Riverwood, because that's an intelligent thing to do. I mean, we are here in the process of making money. We're not here to run ourselves stupid. Trying to figure out what loot we want to carry. We want it all, clearly.
The sooner you... Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Okay, so now we have a fair bit of money to play around with. Oh, this is definitely helpful, but I'm preferred. There is no hunter's backpack, but there is the thief bag. I mean, that is going to be inherently helpful. Yes. Yeah, okay, cool. I could honestly drop that. And those, frankly. That as well. 90% of the stuff I'm having here is not necessary. So, we're not really going to worry about it. We're just going to equip this backpack, get us a little extra carry capacity. Bam, that brings us to 385. 30 out of 385. I can actually squeeze quite a lot in a character with that much, so let's go. Let's boogie. So, obviously, all the characters will be choice driven and etc. etc. But I'd like to attempt to make a story out of it all. I don't know if I'll actually play in character, but because I feel like that would be a touch odd of considering I'm just streaming the game, but maybe, who knows? You just never know. So anyway, before I seem like a starting buffoon with all the let's go ahead and get in here. Now, by and large, this is the first time Dapper Dutch, or Dutch Dapper, has ever been in a Nordic tomb. He's heard rumors about them, unmistakably. Undead horrors are said to lurk in these places, should one be bold enough to intrude. He calls it superstition. He's not one for believing such nonsensical fairy tales. But he's also not to leave it for chance, just in case. Bandits are said to roam these places. He knows that. For what ancient civilization has not left behind some manner of trinket? He looks at the statues, notices each of them containing a sigil, or symbol. This one on the ground clearly marks the spot where this middle one would have been. Snake. Snake. Fish. You notice these. Noticing that they are turnable. Snake. There may be a pattern. Snake, snake, fish. Pulling the lever. He's not to set off any traps yet. Luckily for him. Minor glimmers of treasure catch his eye as he approaches. But what's this? A book. A book by which he gleans knowledge of being a better thief on. Potions, gems. He tiptoes quietly down into the abyss. Careful to not set off any aversions to upset anything that may be dwelling beneath. Oh, goodness gracious. Playing a spin-off. In attempting to not upset the denizens of this place, he does predominantly that. Such is the case for Dutch Dapper. Rodents. Nothing good comes from them, clearly. He checks his quiver. 66 arrows. Surely that should be enough to do whatever he's got to do here. 66 arrows is a lot. That's 66 targets on a good day. Peering between the webs, he sees a chest. Just that he can get into it without upsetting the webs. Spiders must be nearby, much the same as the ones found in Helgen. He tries to break through. Successfully. Prepares in the nest. A massive spider beyond. What's this? Beyond him lies a man trapped in a web. Surely one person would not willfully find themselves in this predicament.
Get me out of here! Get me down! Get me down!
Dutch Dapper knows, for certain,
Over here!
the connivingness of other people.
You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up. Yes, the claw. I know
Has
how
the
it works.
golden
The claw, the
claws.
markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all... Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there. Does it look like I can move? You have to cut me down first. It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Is that a dick shot? This is something he would have done unmistakably. But God, is that funny. So for those unawares, I've already cleared this dungeon with Russell Dawnblade, the paladin character. Oh, you could. Go back to sleep. Dutch Dapper has no reservations for robbing from the dead. What have they ever done to help him? Dead things should stay dead, after all. You can hear them. They're not sneaking past old Dutch Dapper. They come equipped with weapons from a time long since past. Dutch Dapper's beyond this. He wouldn't dare touch such rusted tools. That is not to say that the shiny crowns they may wear aren't worth taking. A trap. How could one not see something this obvious? He cares not. For another arrow strikes its target. And another. And another. Dutch Dapper will not be caught off guard today. He retrieves the gold and his arrows. but promptly leaves the rest of that rotting corpse to his own devices. An unwillingly bad shot, a successful kill nonetheless. Another one. It appears there's another Drogo waiting for him. Not today. The shields are worth a penny, even though they are dated. An iron warhammer is still worth more than the crusty tools that they seem to have kept. How such weapons came to be in this place is beyond his knowledge. He looks at this bow. It's dated and old, but it seems to be of better quality, strangely enough, than even his current bow. He'll grab it for the time being until something better arrives. Grimacing that the fact that something so ancient could be better than his trusty hunting bow that he was so recently acquired. Just a flick of the wrist on the lock pumps, revealing a shiny purple gem and a little bit of gold. Dutch Dapper loves his gold shiny coins. Such traps are not worth Dutch Dapper's time. Aspiring to be the absolute best marksman in the planet, down goes another target, and another crusty weapon crude by all manner. Another nasty, corrupt creature. Dutch Dapper will not be fooled by dead people. However, Dutch Dapper notices his supply of arrows have been dwindling slightly. Bit by bit, as each Drogo takes one or more arrows to fell. A thought crosses his mind. Surely he wouldn't run out of arrows in such a place as this. Surely the Dutch Dapper would not be left without weapon. Surely he wouldn't fall to such low levels as to rely on the faulty tools of a primitive people, especially long-dead Norns. But the sight of the undead is unsettling enough. Truthfully, these people, their ghost tales are true. The undead do, in fact, walk the halls of long-gone and forgotten crypts. But he's encountered plenty things in his time. Plenty of disturbing, unsettling things. Surely a few old, decrepit bones wouldn't do him in. He thinks to himself, at least. These old bones, indeed. Something piques his interest from below. A tantalizing treasure chest filled with what no, lords know, what manner of treasure. Drowned, he says. Another pick, surely. His coffers will soon be overflowing with gold, he thinks to himself. No need to trivialize such nonsensical things. Even if he will not take the decrepit tools of this long-dead people, Surely what treasures they have will be enough for him to retire happily upon. He sees it in the distance. One of these damned zombies primed for battle. A weighty sword waiting to fall upon any who would challenge it. Three shots, and nary a scratch upon his shiny, and nary a scratch upon his delicate brow. Paltry treasures to someone named Stowen. The sooner he's out of this crypt, the sooner he can take a bath. He might jump into the river if it weren't so cold. This land is unforgivably chilly. He hears the creaking of more dead things waiting to find him. The swinging of the axes throws off everything. Behold. Indeed. Every target his own arrow. Surely something of use could be hiding here. He hears them. These vile undead. That didn't go the way I was thinking it would. Near regrettably, but nonetheless, here we are. I figured that would have actually flew through the slit, but no, clearly not. Yet another bow, but primitive type. The door. The door with the markings, so said the elf. He returns to the book. Arvel's journal. The solution is in the palm of your hands. Perhaps this key, this claw, is in fact the key after all. The markings of a bear, a bug, and a bird await. That's it. A bear, a bird, and a key. The door activates for old Dutch Dapper, and beyond awaits his reward that he was promised. Surely this is the end of this nonsensical place. Behold. Bats. Torches. Fires. And the giant wall stands before him. Dutch is no fool. He knows a trap when he sees it. He's careful to scope every nook and cranny, certain that something waits for him. Dutch is no fool, after all. The sight of a treasure chest being left alone and unoccupied, certainly enough to catch his attention. Treasure, treasure, treasure. It's all the man wants. Surely, there could be nothing better. Behold him lie as one sarcophagi, the only one not opened up. Oh, surely, something lies within. Strange sounds. Stone. Golden shields. Strange times indeed. He's no magic caster. But should he ever pick up the staff, it would most likely be illusions. For illusions are what make his money. Behold, the sun yet opens. A strange voice emanates from the undead. Not something he's ever heard. Such power. A strange stone marked with various etchings. It looks like a map. Curious. A sword imbued with magic. No doubt he will grab this. Of all the things in this tomb, that would be the one thing he grabs. Done and gone. This place, Dapper thinks to himself. Nary to return ever again. Lest such a place consume him whole. But that stone wall did something to him. Made him feel different, as though he was able to understand it. This confused him, confounded him. Made him wonder, what glorious power did the Nords promise to those who could solve their riddles, survive their traps, and trounce their buried lords? Dutch knew not. Dutch knew only of gold. Gold and haughty treasures. And that sometimes betrayals must happen. But this place is new. This land yet unexplored and yet settled by thousands. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people have lived in these lands. And yet, this land is somehow so very untamed. A strange place indeed. The fox. Known for being the source of treasure. Many people associated the fox with even he. Old Dutch Dapper the Cunning. Dutch Dapper the Fox. What treasures would this animal lead him to, he wondered. Bow in hand in case anything should happen. Not a strange place. Of course, being hunted down by wolves every step of the way. The fox was gone. Nay, he caught wind of it. Soft brittle shouldn't pass. But yet beyond this, the fox was leading him up. Dutch Dapper knew. Or at least he hoped. The fox would not lead him astray. To a single pile of silver ore did the fox lead Dutch Dapper. Dutch with no pickaxe, unable to mine it. The fox had outsmarted the unprepared man. And then left him in this godforsaken place. Dutch is a quick man on his feet. He will not tarry where he is not welcome. He was once again reminded of his earlier thoughts. How such an untamed world was yet so populated with people. Now, around every corner, the possibility of treasure or better loomed. A strange and marvelous place this Skyrim would be. A strange and marvelous place indeed. Another fox to lead him astray, he would not take this offer again. But nonetheless, the fox went in the same direction as he. Dutch Dapper slipped between boulder and stone, tree and thorn, and smelled wet dog from near and far. Damnable beasts, the whole lot of them. But the shack up ahead, that was most interesting of all. Surely no one would live in a place filled with wolves. Nay, but an old woman, dressed as though she were a practitioner.
I get so lonely out here. It's tough just scraping by out here, but I make do.
Not simply an old lady. Filled to the brim with strange potions and ingredients. Things that, to me, the cellar is hidden.
I get so lonely out here.
And a woman who seems to teleport everywhere. Nonetheless, he may return, back in the wee hours of the morning, night, to discover the secrets of what this woman may yet hide. A great fallen tree, Lord knows how old it could be. And behold, not too far off, the guardian stones from which he had once seen. Old Ralof had led him here. He would visit them once more. He already made his decision. The thief stone was his life, his bread and butter, and everything he aspired. But there was a smell, not too unfamiliar to him nearby. Smell of a smelt, the heat waves, the clinging of a mine. A mine indeed. Surely he would not be noticed by a mere winch. Hidden. Perfect. Dutch was a cruel man indeed. Conniving, even to those he called friend. Quick to make plans. even if they were against his own. Dutch was a conniving man, after all. Why would he prove anyone wrong? He sat and ate, regained his strength. He knew, had no doubt, if it was guarded, even by... But surely there must be more. Entering into the dingy, dark tunnel, this mine shaft indeed, he was greeted by torchlight. Surely there were people here. But wait, what is this? Quietly up ahead. A tripline, how quaint. Surely he wouldn't fall for such barbaric trap. Voices up ahead. He could hear his prey. A one shot, a two, and there shall they lay. A gentle clatter into the water, and his prize was set before him. Iron, iron, iron. Oh, what could he do with such trivial things? He was no blacksmith, he was no forger. He could not make from scratch, unless it was in a pinch. A coin purse waited for him, and a diary of a long-dead man. A drunkard who met his demise, a fitting end. He could hear the ringing of a smith's hammer not too far away. Surely he would have to pay them all a visit. He waited. The most troublesome man. Never again. 39 arrows and he would be out. But wait, he thought. The old Lord's arrows. He would not be without, not for long indeed, for within his quiver rested his answer indeed. Look at how they leave their treasure all out and about. What spell is this? A tome of clairvoyance indeed. A ballsy bandit appeared from nowhere. A key in his armor. Very queer. And so he plundered. Not everything, not nailed down. He opened the gate with his trusty new friend. And before him lied a great big reward. A gleaming stone, shrouded in gold. These were called Varla stones, as he had recalled. Pieces of ancient magic long since forgotten, from whence they came he knew not. But gold was gold, and in was his prize, a banded iron shield, a little too big for his size. He pondered and looked at all he had. He threw his torch into the chest. It might burn down the place, but what did he care? He had banded iron shields. He's had them before. These shoes, oh, they were dingy. He threw them to the floor. He needed to make room. for there was more to explore. We eat aplenty. Did the man at the tavern say that this with a particular mushroom could make a healing potion? Well, how helpful the people around him were, even if they didn't realize that everything was for their